Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Spirit of Justice. Previously, I completely forget where we left off. It's been a hot minute for me. Right, so we were wrapping up cross-examining Uendo Tornado, right? Got split personality disorder. Got two other people in there with him in his head. I forget, did we leave off on a good note? I feel like I knew something that the game was going somewhere and I knew exactly how to counter it. So I guess we'll just, hop in here and wing it, shall we? Right. What? Nobody told me Mr. Wet had also gone there before 4 p.m. We were only discussing the time frame after 4 p.m., so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before 4 p.m. relevant... Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. So you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you? Well, it was all very sudden and, Why did you wait until the very last second to contact me, Simon? Don't you give me that look. And just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the Master before 4 p.m. either. This sort of thing is exactly why that prosecutor keeps calling us unprepared. The defense will stop squabbling this instant. Sorry, Your Honor. Prosecutor Sadmati, please continue. Thank you, Your Honor. Defense. You know of the soba-making implements in the dressing room, correct? Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles? You speak of the large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water, the lawn rolling pin, and the special knife that is used to cut the dough into noodles. Precisely. These tools all came from the accused soba shop. You mean they didn't belong to Master Tornado? Mr. Wet had visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba-making lesson. And that visit was before 4 p.m. I'm afraid that after the accused kneaded the dough and made those noodles, he committed the act of murder. But wait, that doesn't add up. If Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 p.m., why would he return to that room at a later time? Aha! Here to make everything worse. Wait, he's got a skateboard? Huh. Alright. Wet soba, you're kid and caboodle when it comes to noodles. Oh my! Hey, Miss Chickadee. Hey, Simey. The reason I went back is because Master Tornado ordered uncooked noodles. Oh. Mr. Wet? Yesterday, I brought noodle-making tools to the dressing room at around 2 p.m. That's when Master Tornado ordered uncooked soba noodles to stock up on. Uncooked noodles to stock up on? Yes, ma'am. Master Tornado kept a supply of soba noodles from my shop in his fridge. Really? He only had one serving left, so I went back to the shop to get some more. One serving of noodles in the fridge? But I thought the fridge was practically empty. Now let's take another look at it. Just 2 cans of drink. Now that raises a question. What happened to the extra noodles? Like, obviously the man died eating some, but... Anyway, the whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now. You ran into me and Geiru when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba, correct? That's right, Saimi. I made time out of my busy day to deliver him the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called to him from the inner doorway. He just kept mumbling Rakugo lines for ages. So I got mad and went back to my soba shop. Ah, so that's why you got mad. If what he's saying is true, then there's no way he could be the murderer. I swear I'm telling the truth, Miss Chica.
Bailiff, quick! Get this man to the infirmary.
He skated away.
Well, I dare say he's quite the handful.
Your Honor, please accept the statements Mr. Wet made just now into evidence.
Objection!
I believe the accused's statement about going to the room at around 2 p.m. is true, for it falls within the victim's estimated time of death.
That opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 and 4 p.m. That's some critical information.
Yes, Your Honor. But other than that one point, Mr. Wet's statements are dubious and without proof.
Objection!
But they are the words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here.
He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either. While I understand the defense's feelings on the matter, this court is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit.
Now what do I do? I trust you have no further objections, defense. At last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the Twilight Realm.
Silence!
What are you yammering on about, prosecutor Sad Monk? We still have something we need to question Uendo about.
We do? Like what?
Well, don't just stand there.
But we don't have any evidence left to present.
Have you forgotten already?
Yes.
Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question?
A hidden witness? Oh, that's right. Your Honor, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet.
Oh, and what is this bit of unfinished business?
We haven't finished discussing this issue related to Uendo. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. Did I already bring up the fact that the master was supposed to perform time soba? Yeah, I think we did. But there's still the matter of Owen. Yeah, I think we were, I think the last thing we did last time was use the mood matrix to analyze his emotions, and we got to the point where the artwork was showing him like reaching for the cards on the table, but his statement was talking about other stuff. And the cards were saying Owen fourth, and that made him very upset. I think we need to clear this up. We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen.
Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Uendo's might be the true culprit?
Jeez, not that again. I told you we don't know anything about this Owen. Look, Uendo, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have one for all we know.
Come clean now, Uendo. You've got another personality stashed away, haven't you?
Please tell us everything you know about Owen. That's enough. The witness has already stated that he knows not of any Owen character. Bravo! You tell him, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hey, Patches. If you claim you don't know Owen when you really do, that's tantamount to perjury. If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well,
That's a different story.
Oh, this trick again.
Do not listen to the depraved prosecutor, witness. You will be tainted with his evil.
Do you have any idea how dark and cold a prison cell is?
I exercise my right to remain silent.
What's this now? Changing horses in midstream, are you?
Shut up! I will remain silent and that's it. Patches, you fool, you stay out of this.
Patches is not the brightest bulb in the box you call a noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any Owen to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen.
I feel like that would be thrown out of court. There it is again. Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic. I'm sure glad he's on my side today.
Objection!
You dirty, despicable, depraved prosecutor. You are leading the witness. Witness, there is no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning.
Objection!
Your Honor, Uendo is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question this witness about the existence of Owen.
I suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well, I will allow the defense to proceed.
Polkanka. All right then. I'm not even sure what a fourth personality from this guy would look like. I've never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. We're always aware, so we definitely notice if a personality like that showed up. How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture? Wow, how am I supposed to deal with the testimony of 3 personalities?
Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You'd best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head-on.
What? All right, I will. Just stop piling the pressure on me. I have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open. Think the game wants me to press, so I will. I've never met any personality named Owen.
Hold it!
Met, huh? Is that how you experience each other? Like people meeting on the street? Well, it's more like all 3 of us are always here. And the personality that's most suited to the moment is the one that comes out. So when you're out, Uendo, what are the other 2 doing? Well, we never know when our turn will come, right? So we stand by and listen. So that means all 3 of you share the same memories. I never really thought about it, but I guess that's right. I see. Thank you. Please continue. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic.
Hold it!
Patches, can I have a word with you, please? Why, hello, you rang? You said at first that you didn't know anybody named Owen. But then you exercised your right to remain silent. Were you afraid of committing perjury? Well, you see... I'll take over from here if you don't mind. Listen, I hate to say it, but Patches is about as smart as a sack of rocks. If you grill him about a bunch of highfalutin words, he's going to want to keep silent. I see. So looking after loose-tongued Patches is your role, is it, Miss Kisagawa? Well, I don't know about that, but anyway... I do know that Patches was just flustered, and that's why he decided to remain silent. We're always aware, so we'd definitely notice if a personality like that showed up.
Hold it!
But what if, for some reason, you three were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the three of you weren't alert and aware, what would happen? What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean. I mean, you three share the same memories, right? But what if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the three of you are unaware of or unconscious.
Objection!
Instead of speaking as if this fourth personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first. Well, we've already seen three personalities. A fourth wouldn't be a stretch. You dishonor the victim and this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof. Have you ever heard these old sayings, Prosecutor Sadmati? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see one, there are likely 30 in your home. I'm basing my theory on such premises. That's not flattering. Comparing us to cockroaches, do we bug you that much, girlie? But how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all three personalities become unconscious, as you say? Unless you can do that, all of this talk is merely empty speculation. Well,
Don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that could render Uendo and the others unconscious.
Simon's right. I can't back down now. For my client, Mr. Wet, I have to. Wait, Mr. Wet? Oh. I'm refreshed? Ha! Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh like my soba. And you don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the three freshes. Oh. Oh. Well, I theorized that the dough was resting. Then why would... Okay. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the...
He's blacked out.
Mr. Wet, falling unconscious. Wait a minute, I think I've got it.
Miss Cykes, do you have proof to back up your theory?
I'm not sure if it counts as proof, but... The dog ate some dumplings, but there's no record of the dog falling asleep. Not that I have any concrete link to link the dumplings to the noodles, but, I'll come back to this. I want to keep pressing. I'm afraid not, Your Honor.
Of course you do, Athena. Have another good look at the crime scene photo.
Okay. Something that could have made the three of them lose consciousness. Was there anything like that in the dressing room? Oh.
Really?
Oh. My God, I didn't even think about it. Why are there two drinking glasses? The master was sharing a drink with someone. The hell? Huh. Oh, anyway, How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture?
Hold it!
Since nobody involved with the case is named Owen, we have to explore the possibility that he's a hidden fourth personality of yours. After all, the cards read Owen Fourth. But how can you be so sure that's what the cards really mean? What else could they possibly mean? Well, for example, Owen, the fourth hitter. Who in the world is that? He's a baseball player, a really great one too. Owen Gonzalez, 36 years old. He's a cleanup, fourth place hitter, of course. If such a famous baseball player was there, hanging around in the theater, he would have drawn a lot of attention to himself, don't you think? Well then, how about this? Maybe it means O-N fourth, like I-O-N 4000. And who is this mysterious N person? What? N isn't a person. It was Shisho's favorite hobby shop, N Joy. He was a huge model train collector. I see. Maybe he owed the hobby shop some money, so he left a note to remind himself. And Karuta cards on the table? Shisho worked in mysterious ways. Are you even taking this seriously? I'm being completely serious. The point is, Owen Fourth could just mean just about anything. I suppose you're right. Guess I better approach this from a different angle. I should have figured that he's not going to just give in like that. There's gotta be some sort of key to unlocking Nuendo's fourth personality.
Personally, I can't wait to see who will slip up first. But it better not be you.
Well, it won't. If I can't find any inconsistencies, there's always one thing to do, and that's press. Yep. Well, let's get back to here.
Objection!
Boy, I don't remember it taking this long. Huh. Nice weather we're having. A little bit overcast, but it's a cool breeze. I like looking at overcast clouds. It makes me feel cozy. Okay, thank God. Okay.
Do you have proof to back up your theory?
Yes? Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right here in this crime photo.
It is. In that case, please point out what supports your theory.
This, most likely, is what caused Nuendo to lose consciousness.
Take that!
This is probably what made Nuendo lose consciousness.
Ah, yes, the sake. And isn't it just like Master Tornado to pick a fine brand like Camel?
Sake? Oh, you mean rice wine? Filthy Gaijin. Oh, please, don't call it rice wine. That's so unsophisticated. And it's not even wine. Silly girl.
I must agree. You need to become more cultured, Athena.
Tomato, tomato. It's made of rice, and people get drunk from drinking it, right?
It's called sake. End of story.
Fine, sake it is then. Ay caramba. Everybody's so touchy about these things. Even me.
I recall Master Tornado would often have a drink or two before performing. He said it made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course.
And look, there were two glasses on the table. Nuendo, I believe your master offered you some sake. And then You must have drank too much and passed out. That's when your fourth personality, Owen, emerged. I drank sake. Oh, that's a good one. We have a real sweet tooth, you see, so... So, yes, we did accept a sugary red bean bun. But since we really dislike sake, we said no, thank you to that. Believe it or not, we're real weak when it comes to booze. Even a tiny drop can knock us right out. So, you see, I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. What? Well, that can't be right. The defense demands that the glasses be examined right away. You amateur, did you really think I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond the pale. Don't tell me. There was no trace of the witness having touched either of the glasses naturally. Right, of course.
Miss Cykes, would you like the witness's statement added to his testimony?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Very well.
I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake.
Hold it!
So if you had even a tiny sip of sake, you'd conk right out, huh? That's why you didn't touch the glass that Master Tornado offered, correct? Yes, that's right. Then maybe you ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient? I don't recall doing anything like that. Huh. He doesn't recall doing it. But that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't. He just might not have known that he did. Better take another good look at the evidence.
So he didn't drink any sake, huh?
Oh boy, now we're in trouble.
That kind of answer is exactly why Sad Monk keeps insulting you. Now use your head. There are countless ways Uendo could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it.
Well, I don't know about the countless part, but...
But nothing. Give it some thought and you'll figure something out.
So the witness must have had something that contains sake. Is there anything in the court record that hints at something like that?
Well, let's go digging. Yeah, no.
Okay, so there's that spilled glass of sake. Directly below it is the empty slot in the bun box. Maybe that same bun on the plate came from that slot and the sake dripped on top of it? And Uendo bit into it and got blackout drunk from it? I don't know. The victim was making soba noodles from scratch in the dressing room. The room was covered in soba flour. 2 drink cans in the fridge. Nothing really here in the invitation. Wendo discovered the victim's body upon entering the room after Bucky left. It couldn't have been every bean bun that got laced with the alcohol. I think it was just the single one. That in itself might be a clue. Well, all of those buns in the box are wrapped in individual plastic containers. So even if it was partially opened and in that exact spot, when the sake spilled onto it, it should have harmlessly rolled off of the plastic, right? Ah. Definitely half a bottle of sake gone. That is for sure. And you know, that plate with the bun on it is so far away from the dead master that it must have been eaten by his guests. That would be what Uendo was eating. So if it's not this, then what, you know? Alright. I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. Are you even sure it's a bun? It's a dumpling, but, You say you had a sweet manju bun, as in... Yeah, his phrasing, he had a sweet manju bun. That's what you'd say if you finished eating the meal. Why didn't he specify that he only ate half? God, it's gotta be this. It has to, right?
Objection!
No? Knock knock, who's there? This evidence and that statement? This evidence and that statement, who? They contradict each other, that's who.
That's not even the proper call and response for a knock-knock joke.
And what's more, her claim does not even make any logical sense.
Your performance merits neither applause nor leniency, defense.
Everyone's a critic. Cut me some slack. Okay. Right, so, taking a step back here, we've pressed all of these, and this is the statement that was added, so it has to be this. Unless they decided to shake up the Ace Attorney formula in the 11th hour, but... So it's not this. Oh. No, wait, hold on. Okay, so Bucky returned to the theater at 4:10 to make some fresh noodles, but the master wouldn't answer, so he got angry and left. So this moment where they shared a drink, we're trying to prove it happened way before the body was discovered, so... Yeah, the timeline, I believe we're supposed to try and prove that Uendo's fourth personality, Owen, emerged, killed him, and then Uendo woke up none the wiser, did the performance, came back and discovered the body. So we're trying to prove that the sake was imbibed by Uendo before the murder. Right? I think... Oh, there's this. Before Bucky even came to the theater, Geru was outside feeding the dog dumplings. You know, my train of thought is completely derailed. I'm kind of at a loss here. I wish I hadn't taken a break from recording this game for a few days. Oh, Lord. Okay, look. I didn't drink any sake. That is what we're trying to disprove here. And it's not this, so my theory about the spilled drink falling onto that bun is bunk. What else here refers to sake? I admit that I am completely and utterly at a loss, so... Yeah, I'll do what I always do when I just have no idea what the game wants from me. I hope... I know for sure I'm just being an idiot. I don't quite understand what the game wants me to think at this moment, so I'm gonna look up the answer. I sincerely tried. Okay. Yeah, so on this statement, we submit the note. Huh? This is... so... Yes, surely the note was written on the bit of torn wrapping paper in the bun box, but the message on it is relating to, like, letting the dough in the dough nearby rest or something, which is sacrilegious to the three freshes philosophy, but I digress. How does this relate in any way to not drinking sake? Huh? Really? This shows what, most likely, made Uendo lose consciousness. That note. Are you feeling lightheaded, child? Or perhaps a bit peckish? I'm not hungry, and my head feels just fine, thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point, Defense?
This faint design here reminds me of the paper from...
Yep, it's a piece of the wrapping paper on the box of manju buns by the victim on the floor. Uendo, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right? Well, yes, that's right. I don't know if you are aware of it or not, Uendo, but I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious.
Huh? The bean bun? But how?
Because those buns contained a secret ingredient. A very punchy secret ingredient at that.
A punchy secret ingredient?
Yes. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of So everything that Camo makes is infused with alcohol? Is that what I'm supposed to have reasoned? Really? Oh, brother. No, okay, so it's not me being an idiot. That's dumb. How was I supposed to know that? That's not how logic with real-world brands works. Ah, really? Ah. Everything camel has alcohol in it. That's what I was supposed to infer. Really, that makes no sense. Unless there was some mention I'm forgetting how the sake and the buns came as a set, but no, even then I wouldn't think... Man, the design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room.
It does.
The design on this object matches that of the manju box wrapping paper. Camel.
Take that!
The camel pattern. It's the same as the one for camel brand sake.
So, just as Uendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se. But he did eat some. Impossible. Uendo had a camel brand red bean bun, which boasts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients.
So the defense is claiming that Uendo passed out after consuming a camel sweet bun, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming.
But there's one thing that bothers me. Wouldn't the alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they are steamed?
In order to give them a stronger flavor, some manju are specially made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am? Even I wouldn't pass out from eating a simple manju. Then how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor?
Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well, I will allow a test.
Thanks, Your Honor. Simon, go buy us some camel manju on the double. And don't forget to get me one too, okay? Why must I?
And while you're at it, Prosecutor Blackquill, you will get one for me as well.
I'm not the courthouse stable boy, you know. Yeah, Taka! But just this once, I'll acquiesce. Taka, counting on you. And all of you had better pay me back.
Oh, but I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackquill. What a shame. Now then, let us adjourn until the manju arrive by carrier hawk. Court will reconvene as soon as Taka returns.
To be continued. Huh. Am I exactly halfway through this case? Oh my god, this is long. Wow, okay. May 13th, District Court, Courtroom number 4. I knew it. There's that animation that gave Simon away.
Now that the sweet buns have arrived, this court is back in session.
Go on, Uendo. Eat up.
Nice flavor. You can really taste the sake. Oh, that was delicious.
Yes, a unique sweetness and the faint aroma of sake. Yet I hardly think that anyone could pass out from eating something like this.
What's the matter, Uendo? You're not afraid of a tiny manju, are you? Or are you scared of how many calories it has?
You know what, maybe this is just something that would be incredibly obvious to anyone who's like native to Japan. Because, you know, steamed buns aren't really part of the typical American diet, which I am. I'm American. So I don't really know much about steamed buns. Maybe alcohol-infused buns, bean buns is like really widespread. I don't know. Don't be ridiculous. A sweet little snack like this couldn't possibly... it could never.
Less bleating, more eating, witness.
Fine. Whatever. See? I told you, it don't affect me in the slightest. We might be a lightweight, but come on, nobody's that light. Seriously, nobody gets drunk off of one little button. Oh, that's some incredible animation work. It looks like it worked. I was expecting a way more menacing look in his eyes.
Oh my! Witness, please tell the court your name and occupation.
Oh. Oh, no. My name is Owen. I'm 5. You're 5 years old? Oh, that's real good. Oh, it almost looks like a baby's bonnet. Oh my god. Am I in trouble? Please don't yell at me. Oh.
So he's Uendo's 4th personality.
I'd hardly think a child like him could have a motive to murder the victim. And even if he had a motive, could he have actually committed the murder?
That's a very good point. Owen does appear to be very timid and weak.
It seems the defense was hoping this hidden personality would be the real killer. But now that he is standing here before us, it is clear that none of Uendo's personalities can be the killer. Eek! Where can I even go from here? Shisho. Owen, do you know something about what happened to your master? Wah! Come on, buddy. Won't you tell Auntie Athena what happened? Wah! What a scary lady. I'm not scary. Look at Auntie's big smile. Tell me about your master, please. Pretty please, with sugar on top. Oh, okay. Shisho was super nice. He always played with me. Just like a real grandpa. I loved Shisho.
Athena, do you sense anything behind his words?
I sense his sadness. Sadness so pure it's heartrending. But no discord. Prosecutor Sadmati is right. Owen isn't the killer.
But then, don't you find it odd?
Find what odd?
Let's review what we've learned so far.
Uendo rearranged the Karuta cards to pin the blame on Bucky. Well, that's because the original message implicated Owen. But Owen is only 5 years old and absolutely adores Master Tornado. Exactly. The other 3 personalities also have no motive for murder. If Owen isn't the true culprit, then the person who first laid out the cards probably wouldn't have been Master Tornado. So then, who did it?
Defense? Did the appearance of Owen help you figure anything out?
Yes, Your Honor. I now know who it was that first laid out the Karuta cards.
But I thought it was the victim, right?
No, Your Honor. I don't believe it was. The one who first arranged the Karuta cards on the table was none other than...
Okay, well... Uendo's 5th personality... I almost want to pick that, just to see how absurd it could get, but... Wet Noodle number 3 is long dead, so... It's the true killer.
I believe the person who laid the cards out is the very person who killed Typhoon Tornado. How quickly you move on to a new target when your Owen theory proves false. You Pulkunin. I don't know what a Pulkunin is, but I know I am definitely not one. And before you start with the sermons, why don't you hear me out?
Yes, let's hear the defense's reasoning. Please proceed, Miss Cykes. But if you are bluffing, I won't go easy on you.
I understand, Your Honor. Now then, please recall the original crime scene. Who did the Karuta cards name when the scene was discovered?
Let's see. I believe they implicated the defendant, Bucky Wet.
That's right, but we then found out that the message originally read Owen 4th.
Which implicated the young boy, Owen.
Exactly, and the person who rearranged the cards was undoubtedly Uendo.
Uendo may have kept silent, but we can't be sure he already knew his master was dead. His tampering with the crime scene using a TV all but proves it.
I confess. I tampered with the crime scene.
The reason Uendo rearranged the Karuta cards and moved the TV was because he saw the Owen 4th message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime.
Right on, Prosecutor Blackquill. It would seem that Owen and the other 3 personalities don't share the same memories. But really, there is no 4th personality, it's just the 3 of us in here. Uendo feared that Owen had killed Master Tornado, so he tried to hide Owen from us. Oh...
But it turns out Owen is but a 5-year-old child incapable of hurting a fly, let alone his beloved master.
So naturally, the culprit must be somebody else. And this somebody else, the true killer, tried to pin the crime on Owen.
I see, that does make sense.
Objection.
This is naught but conjecture, composed of half-truths and fantasy. Who, then, do you maintain murdered the victim? I believe Owen might know something about that.
Objection.
I refuse to allow such impromptu testimony, and from a 5-year-old no less. Such a young child is incapable of producing anything coherent.
Objection.
But your desperation is disgraceful. You should realize when it is time to... I saw it. I saw Shisho getting... Owen, you do know something, don't you? Yeah.
Oh my, is this true? If so, we must have Owen testify immediately. Don't you agree, Prosecutor Sadmati? It's all right, Owen. Go ahead and tell us what you know.
Well, perfect place to end. Thank you, game. Shisha was standing with a knife in his hand? Oh man, this is getting spicy. Well, yeah, alright, I'm pretty convinced it must have been Geiru, right? Because unless it's the dog, there's no one else it could be. Looking at our court record and the profiles, it's not Simon. He's the victim. It's not our defendant. It's never a defendant. Okay, I kind of wish this guy could go behind bars already, but it's not Nayuta, no. Uendo, yeah, all four of them, they're cleared of suspicion on my account, so really, it's just the clown, but what in the sweet ever-loving heck could her motive possibly be? Maybe she wanted the deed? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, so if Bucky Wet, the newly ascended Wet Noodle number 4, was coming round to try and get this deed and to get ownership of the soba shop, maybe Geiru got greedy and wanted to kill her master so she could... Alright, so according to this, well, no, not according to that, but according to earlier statements, I'm pretty sure Geiru was the foremost disciple of Master Tornado. So if something were to happen to him, ownership of the Rakugo Theater would fall to Geiru. And if she was the owner, she would get ownership of this deed. She'd be the owner of 2 lucrative businesses. But I don't know. Simple greed is not usually a motivation in Ace Attorney. Nevertheless, it's plausible I could see that being the case. Huh. Well, alright then. I've been left with a lot to think about. Boy, I was all but certain that we might be saying farewell to Uendo and moving on to some new witness, but I guess that's true, but my point is, this guy may stick around on the stand for quite a while yet. I feel like if Geiru truly is the culprit, and I am 99.99% certain that she is, I feel like when she does take the stand, it'll be the last witness to take the stand. Yes. Huh, well, not too much else to say. Except that, well, I don't know what Bucky's deal is. Will we cross-examine him? Again, there's a very real chance, becoming more and more real by the video that I record, that this entire case may transpire with Bucky barely contributing anything and he's just passed out for all of it. That would be hilarious. Well, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Spirit of Justice. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.